I'm going to talk for a few minutes about the most heinous, the most disgusting crime that could ever be committed by a human being, and that is paedophilia. Now, I would be wrong to say that paedophilia doesn't happen in every single culture. We all know this. We're waiting for the Epstein files to be uncovered, which is never going to be uncovered. This whole new fiasco with P. Diddy. We know that within Hollywood, the entertainment industry, all of that, there is rife with this disgusting behaviour. So I would be amiss if I said that paedophilia doesn't happen in every culture. It does. But we have laws to protect children. And the law in the UK, if you don't know, if you're from America watching this or something, our law is that you can't have sex, the age of consent is 16, basically. So anything before 16 is classed as paedophilia within this country. Now, we've established that other cultures and all these societies across the world have all got paedophiles and people that abuse children within their communities, and it's disgusting. It needs to be stamped out. I don't understand it myself. It's vile, basically. But in the UK we have Sharia courts. The Islamic Sharia Council was founded in 1982, and they've established Sharia courts basically in every major city now. And in 2013, ITV Exposure Team actually released a documentary where they uncovered 18 Sharia court leaders, imams, that agreed to marry off a 14-year-old. They used a 14-year-old as an example. Nothing was done. Nothing was done about them. They were left for an internal investigation. 2 of the imams out of the 18 were suspended for about 2 weeks. They're still in operation today. And they were actually filmed undercover accepting to marry a 14-year-old girl. Now, this is paedophilia. Now, I'm pretty sure if the ITV Exposure Team said a 12-year-old girl, they would have got the same response. Because paedophilia isn't actually a crime within Islam. Muhammad himself married his close evangelist Abu Bakr's daughter. She was at the age of 6 when he was at the age of 52, 51, around there. So paedophilia is rife within Islam. But Quran 65:4 also states that the iddah, which is the waiting period between being divorced and then remarried, is 3 months even for prepubescent girls. Now, I'll put this Quran verse up in this video so that you can see it for yourself. So that aspect. We've also got Fatwa from IslamWeb, which is quite a renowned fatwa source, probably the second to Islam QA. So it's a fatwa source online. I will put a link in the description. I'll probably put a photograph up in this video right now. But it blames Western society for the decrease of paedophilia within the Muslim community. So paedophilia is allowed within Islam. It is actively encouraged within Islam. And it is happening within the UK. The Forced Marriage Unit has had to deal with girls as young as 8 years old within the Muslim community. So we're not talking a massive cover-up for a load of celebrities with a lot of wealth that are just committing evil acts and just getting away with it. We're also talking about a whole entire community within our society that is just allowed to get away with raping young girls. And I mean, everyone states that we hate all Muslims, but this is Muslim girls that they're marrying. And of course, in Islamic tradition, every marriage has to be consummated. Now, you've probably heard that in the hadith, Aisha says that she was 6 years old when she married. She consummated the marriage when she was 9. Now, a lot of Muslims say, oh, he waited till she reached puberty, which is a stretch on its own. However, there is only one explanation given within the hadith itself. Al-Bukhari is a Sahih hadith, which means authentic, and it states that the only reason was that because Aisha fell ill and all her hair fell out at that time. So, and then obviously Muhammad was going on expeditions to try to slaughter as many disbelievers as he could. So that is the only reason why he married her when she was 6 and committed rape of her when she was 9. Because they can call it marriage, they can say it's consensual, but it's not. If you're in your 50s and you're having intercourse with a minor, that's not consensual. That is rape. And of course, notoriously uncovered by Times editor, I forget his name, Andrew something, who done the whole of UK a massive service. He brought the attention to the Rotherham case where 1,500 girls were raped over a course of a couple of decades by Muslim grooming gangs, which was covered up by the local authorities. It was covered up by the social services. It was basically covered up quite a lot by a lot of different people. But the Times newspaper disclosed all this information to us, and since then we've found that there's been grooming gangs pretty much in every single city. All Muslims raping disbelievers, which is also encouraged within Islamic texts. So that is it. What can we do about this situation? Well, I spoke about the Sharia courts actually marrying off young girls. Well, the main thing that we can do, which is something that Baroness Cox tried to push through Parliament quite a few times and it got rejected, but is to enforce Islamic marriages to be registered within the UK, because they're not forced to, which means that Sharia courts can do whatever they like within marriage. Multiple marriages, polygamy is illegal within the UK, yet there's an estimated over 20,000 polygamous marriages here because of the Sharia courts and the fact that Muslim marriages don't need to be registered. Therefore, under our law, they don't exist. But digging your head in the sand is not going to make a difference. They do exist. We're just not enforcing our law on Muslims equally. I have no idea why. I think if we actually enforced our law on Muslims, we would be locking them up left, right and centre. The polygamy issue, for example, the bloke who owns the website secondwife.com is actually from Sunderland, lives in Sunderland. He's encouraging polygamy. Polygamy carries a 7-year prison sentence within the UK. If you're married and you marry somebody else, that's a 7-year prison sentence. But not for Muslims. Why? So to end child marriage within the UK, to enforce Muslim marriages to be registered would end all that. But it's something that the government refused to do. India had done it in the 1980s. They introduced the Muslim Marriage Act, which meant that Muslim marriages had to be registered within the UK and had to be within the law. No, sorry, not the UK, India, sorry. But thank you ever so much for watching. I hope this has brought attention to a couple of issues that we have within this country. I'd really like to hear your comments. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.